Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Key. I'm your mindset trainer. I'm also the bootcamp trainer. I've been doing this program for about 8 years. I've been training real estate for about 20 years. But I developed this bootcamp because I understood something fundamental about success in real estate. So I want to share with you those fundamental ideas and give you a sense at some point to reflect where are you in your career, how is your career going, and how you can enhance it. So um, my background is actually academic. I used to be a professor of mathematics, and also I developed what I'll call strategies for success, and I applied them in different industries. But in the last 20 years, I've ran a brokerage for many years. I saw the results I was creating by training agents and helping them become successful as listing agents, not just buyer's agents. And I took all of those lessons that I've learned by coaching brokers, by running the brokerage that I was running, by growing it from 5 agents to hundreds of agents. By taking those steps, I took those ideas and I created what is called a boot camp. And the reason I did is because I found that there's a lot of agents who know what to do, but they don't have the discipline or the accountability to produce what they do. So let's talk about it. So, first thing is, if you look at the screen right now, you should be seeing the URL for the August 2020 course. It starts August the 14th, so we're 2 weeks out. In fact, there's only 2 seats left, and I have a feeling that those seats will probably be filled up today. So if you some of you register later on or the next day, I may have to put you on standby because technically speaking, the course is almost full. So if you've been thinking about it and you want to act on it as quickly as possible. But here's the weird part about this course. When you register for the course, you do not pay for the course. When you register for the course, you have to go to 3 assignments, step by step. You fill them out. I give you 3 days for each one. And when you complete them, then you are invited into the course. So this is kind of a weird training, not like other trainings where they want your money first as a sign of commitment, and then you join the class. That's not what I do. I want your commitment by the things you do, and I know you will work out whatever you need to work out for the money. So, what drives me? Why is it that I designed this bootcamp? I started with two basic questions. Why is it that 80% of all real estate transactions are done by mostly 20 to 25% of agents? What do the 20 to 25% of agents do, know, apply that make them do the majority of the business? So that's the crux of the first fundamental questions of this bootcamp. The second one is, why is it that some agents are capable of becoming listing agent and then they crush it, they grow their business and they do really, really well, and the rest continue to only represent buyers and do less than 8 transactions a year? So just to give you a sense, you need to know that in our industry, close to 55%, sometimes 60% of all real estate agents do less than 8 transactions a year in their business, which is not enough to truly be full time. So they're on that cusp where they could go full time if they develop the right habits, the right mindset, the right technique, the right business plan. But the rest of them stay there. And then there's another group that actually go and get 30, 40, 100 transactions a year. Are they born differently? Do they come from a different planet? What is it that they know? And here's what I found. It is how you think about your business and how you apply it. Let me share with you some thoughts. These three circles that you see, I call them the centers of gravity of this business. There are three anchors. The boot camp starts with this idea of what's called overt prospecting. Prospecting is the process of asking for business. It is your job. You need to realize you're in the business of stirring the pot for people to work with you. How do you do it in the right way? What are the techniques that you will use on the phone, face to face, on social media, on video, via blogging, via mailers, via your company lead generation website? What are the techniques you need to do to become what's called an overt prospector, which is simply an asker for business? The second one is lead generation funnels. You see, smart agents understand you can't rely on one funnel. You have to have multiple funnels of new business. One funnel is the people you know. Of course, you want to nurture that, and you have to do it right. There's another funnel, which are the people who've worked with you in the past, and you have to nurture them and take care of them. But then there's another funnel called, the internet marketing, search like Google and Zillow and Trulia and Facebook. How do you handle those? And then there's another funnel, the people you work with in your neighborhoods, your open houses, your face-to-face door knocking, all of those. A smart agent understands she creates a lot of funnels, so there is always enough business for her to work on. But here's the third one. And this one is the most painful: accountability. You see, the beauty of this business is that you're an entrepreneur. You work for yourself. You are your own boss. No one tells you how to run your business. But here's the challenge. When you work for yourself, sometimes you don't do the right things because you don't have accountability. So as I was designing this boot camp, I didn't want people to be in the class observing. We don't observe in this course. In this course, we all work. So everybody, their webcam, their microphone, their existence are all connected. And they work not only with me, but they work with 2 to 3 other people in the class by sending each other homework assignments, collaborating, working together. Even if they don't do it physically, they do it using technology. And you know what I'm talking about: FaceTime, Zoom, GoToMeeting, whatever you use. So as I was designing this time blocking mindset of accountability, I found that agents were producing results. So results were not just a thing about knowledge. Knowing something is not sufficient for success in real estate. Applying that something is the most important part. So what are the fundamentals? There are 5 areas of fundamentals in real estate, of which many agents have several weaknesses, or maybe they have not developed the muscle to get them right. So let's talk about them. The first one is how you think about your business. We call that your business attitude and planning. How you approach your daily business. What time you wake up. What you think about when you wake up. What are the things you plan? Do you run your business like a business, or do you run it like, let me see how I feel today and see what's happening? See, when you do that, you don't have a business plan anymore. You have an emotional plan. And guess what? That does not get you to the finish line. So your business attitude and planning matters a lot. The second one, I already talked about it, is the consistency, not just the prospecting, it's the consistency of daily prospecting. How many phone calls? What to say on the phone? How to say it on the phone? How do you talk to people face to face? What do you say when you're talking to them face to face? What are the scripts, the mindset, the approaches? How do you connect with people? We call that learning how to ask for business. The third one is how you control the presentation. I mean, come on. You don't want to have a good prospecting strategy where you create appointments and then show up at the appointments and not generate sales. I mean, you have to walk in and be able to walk out with somebody signing a document saying, I'm going to list with you, or I'm going to let you help me purchase a home. So we call that representation. And how do you create that representation? Is by having a controlled presentation skill. The fourth one is time management. To be honest with you, I don't call it time management. I call it time blocking. Time blocking is the process of prioritizing that which is important to your business and then relegating or delegating the things that are distractions in your business. And there is actually a formula on how to work your time blocks. But a lot of agents, they use their feelings as a parameters for work rather than use a system for working their business. Your daily habit determine your success much more than simply your knowledge. Yes, we do want knowledge, obviously, but knowledge by itself does not make you successful. And then finally, and this one is the toughest one for some of you, is your mental toughness. What do I mean by mental toughness? You ask somebody for business and they say no, and how you handle that. See, a lot of agents have learned when somebody says no to them, they're saying not now. They're not saying no forever. If you ask somebody, have you thought about selling your home? And they say to you, no. That doesn't mean they're saying no to you. They're saying not now. Ask me again down the road. That doesn't mean ask him again tomorrow, by the way. That's not a smart way of thinking. But you know what I mean. A lot of agents get their feelings hurt when they hear somebody say no to them. They think that the person is saying no to them, that they did something wrong by asking. That is not the business. The person who said no to you would have said no to other people who would have asked them the same questions. That is called developing mental toughness. And some agents, man, they are good at it. They're very good at it. When they hear it, they understand, say, well, thank you for talking to me. It was a pleasure chatting with you. If something changes, give me a call. Have a good afternoon. See, a lot of agents learn how to relax about what I call rejection, or I actually call it perceived rejection. But it's also the question of having stamina, running your business in a resilient, determined way. To be honest with you, a lot of agents are not determined. They give up too quickly. I've seen a lot of agents give up too quickly. So here's what I did. I started working with an agent that was somebody very close to a friend of mine. And we were talking about his business. And he was telling me, man, I'm not going anywhere. And I said, can we do something? He goes, yes. I said, can we open your email account? He goes, okay. I said, can we just go through it? I'm going to ask you to just do a couple of things. You're going to call someone and you're going to say this. I'm working with the new business partner, and he just wanted me to ask you, have you thought about selling your home? And now he said, but I've asked all of them. I said, just humor me, relax. Just do the exercise and let's see what happens. Here's what we found. After dialing 20 people, he got 3 appointments. And then he was shocked. He goes, I got 3 appointments. I'm like, yeah, because you gave up too soon. You asked them once and you thought whatever answer they gave you was forever. No, that answer was for right now. When you asked them 2 weeks ago, have you thought about purchasing a home or thinking about your home? At that time, that was clear to them that the no, we haven't thought about it and we don't want to talk about it, was present to them. But guess what? Life happens. And as life happens, business happens. I said, you made the decision that you should never ask those people again. And he goes, yes, I did. Because I thought they would be mad at me if I asked them again down the road. And I said, I totally understand. It's that lack of resilience that gets us in trouble sometimes. Now, we want to do it in a nice way. We don't want to be pests with people. We don't want to bother people. But also, we don't want to be so frozen by fear, we sit on the sideline waiting for it. Those 5 areas I just shared with you, your business planning, your prospecting, your presentation, your management of time, and your stamina, or how you think about rejections, are essential. And by the way, for me, those areas are skills. See, a lot of people think some people are born to be a real estate agent and others are not. No, you develop the skill. It's a muscle. The more you work it out, the better you get. We must stop thinking that a group of people will do well and another group of people don't do well based on their personality profile or based on none of that matters. I've worked with people who are high D, which are people who make decisions very quickly. I've worked with people who have high S, people who like harmony and serenity. And by the way, there is no determinant on who succeeds or not. The drive inside is what makes it happen. We need to start thinking that these are areas of skills. That's why I developed the boot camp. I developed it around developing the skills necessary for the people who want to do well. You have to want to do well to do well. So, what do agents need to do? Well, you need to understand that throughout this course, when you register, you usually register about 2 to 3 weeks before the course. Like the course we're talking about, the August 14th course, like I told you, we have maybe 1 or 2 seats left, and it looks very likely that it will be closed today. Now remember, today is August 1st, so we start in 2 weeks. We're almost full. Here's what you need to know. You're going to be with me directly or indirectly for about 3 months. So we have the 2 weeks before the course where you have to do 3 assignments before you get even invited into the course. Then you are within the course for 8 weeks. And then after the course, there's a quick review, only if you want it. By the way, 99% of all agents want the review. So you're with me for 3 months and you're developing the habits on how to work on your business. But at the same time, you're doing assignments on a daily, weekly basis. So what do you think we're after? You got it. We're after developing new business habits. See, if you develop the right business habits, you will tend to succeed. If you are not doing well in real estate, don't look at your good business habits. Look at your negative habits that are holding you back. Maybe it's your self-talk, how you talk to yourself, which is part of your mindset. Maybe you don't believe in yourself. Maybe that's one area of skill that you have to develop. Yes, that's an area of skill. A skill is something you take the time to learn and apply in your business. So, here's what I found. When you develop good habits, your time is your ally. See, you will never complain about time because when you have good habits, time is your friend. But when you develop bad habits, time is always your enemy. You're always running out of time. I didn't have enough time to do this. I didn't do that because the bad habits get in the way. Instead of going to bed at 10 p.m., you watch Netflix until 2 a.m. You woke up exhausted. You did not prepare for your presentation, and you showed up at the presentation late, and you blew it at the presentation. So it's not like you were not smart enough to do the presentation. Oh, you're smart enough to handle the presentation, but your bad habit of watching Netflix until 2 a.m. ruined your chances. So time management starts by realizing the more good habits you generate, the more time is your friend. The more bad habits you generate, the more time is your enemy. By the way, time is not an enemy or a friend. Time is just time, but it's how you relate to it. So in essence, time is a time of fertilizer. So if you use it to plant the right stuff, you get the right crop. If you plant weeds, you get weeds. Bad habits are the weeds. Good habits are the good plants you plant. So you either plan to create success or you plan to create excuses. Have you noticed in real estate, a lot of agents have a lot of excuses for not doing well? I mean, I understand why they do it because they don't want to look bad, and that makes sense. And I understand that agony. I understand that feeling that I don't want to look bad. That is a fact. But think about it. Excuses don't produce results. Good habits and follow up create success. So, as I was designing this course, I understood that there's going to be a lot of interactions. So I designed it not just as a lecturing series where you're watching a recorded video. I don't know how people do that. You're watching a recorded video once a week, and then you figure out what you need to do. I don't do that. In my classes, they are all live classes. And there's a management system, there's a coaching system, and there's a mentoring system. And it starts at the beginning with the homework. I guide you to the homework to force you to become coachable and want to succeed. Now, you have to understand that everything that we're going to do is well planned, but you need to bring the accountability. You have to bring the work. I will give you the checklist, the systems, the mindset on how to think about it, but then you have to drive this bus called your life. You have to steer the bus where you want to go. This is why you'll be working with other people in the class as your accountability partners. So for me, this course, based on my experience of working with brokers and top agents and managers, coaching them one on one, and I know a lot of agents don't have the ability to hire a personal coach or a one on one mentor. Well, guess what? This course acts like that. You are in a box of mentoring, coaching, as well as accountability. By the way, accountability is your friend. Fall in love with it. When somebody is holding you accountable for your actions, that means you're making progress. You're getting better. You're not regressing. A lot of agents think they don't want to be boxing. I'm free, man. I'm free. I don't want to be told what to do. I understand you don't want to be told what to do. That makes sense to me. But when you say you're going to do something and somebody else hears it and supports you with it, guess what? You tend to actually do the activity and you tend to actually do well in life. So don't dismiss accountability. We all benefit from it at some level. So who benefits from this course? Uh, why don't I tell you what I have right now? I just finished the course this Friday, this past Friday. Um, we started the beginning of June, late May, early June, and I had in the class about 5 brand new agents. I've had in the class about 10, I would say 10 experienced, maybe 2, 3 years in the business agents. And I had 5 brokers. So think about it. From all the way from a brand new agent who they just got their license to brokers who've been in the business. 3 of them have been in the business 20 years. And guess what? They all got value from it. So I can tell you this, wherever you are in your career is really not the determinant of how well you will do. It's the work you will do in the class, because the way it hits you, the way it resonates in you will be different depending on where you are in your course. There's one thing I cannot do, and I have to be honest about it. You have to have a burning desire to succeed. If you don't want to do well, if you're not excited about wanting to do well, even if you don't know anything, if you told me, Keith, I don't know nothing. I don't know I don't even know what is the first step. That's fine. You don't need to know anything. And even if you know something, that's great. But the only thing I cannot do, I cannot show up at your house and shake you up and wake you up and say, let's get to work. You need to do that. There's got to be a burning inner flame of desire to succeed. If you bring that and you add to it accountability, We will turn that ember of success or that ember desire of success into a roaring fire. But it has to start with you. You have to step up and want to do well. You have to be coachable. Coachable means open your mind, let yourself learn a technique, tweak it afterwards, but learn it, tweak it, learn it, tweak it. And you have to be collaborative. You're not going to be by yourself. So if you don't like people, first of all, if you don't like people, why are you in real estate? Real estate is a people business. So you should not even be in real estate if you don't like people. It's not about houses. You're not an architect. You are a realtor. A realtor represents buyers and sellers and help them achieve their dreams. That's what a realtor does. So therefore, you're going to be working with other people and you have to nurture them and you have to let them nurture you. So the way we're going to work, like I said, you're going to get 3 assignments. So let's say you register today, you will get 3 assignments. And then as you complete those assignments, after the 3rd one, I invite you to the course. And like I said, we start August 14th. So let me give you some fundamentals. We start August 14th. All of the classes start exactly at 8:30 a.m. and we go all the way to 12 noon Eastern. So depending where you are, like right now we have 5 people in California. So for them, we start at 5:30 a.m. You have to be logged in if you're in the West Coast at 5:20 a.m. The course I just finished that I did with Colorado, we started because it's a 2-hour difference. They are mountain time zone. They start at 7 a.m. I mean 7:20, and then the class starts at no, for them it's 6 a.m. We start logging in between 6 a.m. and 6:20, and then we start at 6:30. So I asked them, how is the process of starting early? Well, they said to me, well, first of all, you always emphasize to go to bed early. So we started doing that. And the second thing is, they said we loved it because we get to have the class with you from 6:30 all the way to 10. And then we have the rest of the day to do other things. So really, it's a mindset. It's how you think about it. So we go for 3.5 hours. After there is a 15-minute break in between. The sessions are live. You have to be live. And we're going to do 4 sessions. Then there will be a Friday we skip by design. We skip it because you're going to be doing assignments on your own. So you'll be live with me 4 sessions. Then we skip a Friday, and then we do another 4. So we do 8 live sessions, but underneath it, you're doing work on your own and with your success partner. So it's 2 layers. There's a layer with me, and there's a layer with your people in your class. We call them your success partners. And here's what I need you to know. You will have what's called daily micro assignments. Assignments that you can do in 30 seconds. They're very simple. You just get them done. You put them out of the way, and you do those daily. Then we have what's called daily important assignment, something that takes about 35 minutes to do. And then we have weekly, the big kahuna, a big assignments that you have to work on. And that one, you have to really work on it. It will take you 2 to 3 hours to work on it. And guess what? We're doing that so you can get better. Remember, we want you to get better, not backwards, right? So you have to learn all of the techniques of prospecting, lead conversion, lead assignments, lead management, and success. And of course, the class comes with requirements, which I'm going to show you in just a second. These are some of the topics I'll be covering, and I literally cover every aspect of real estate marketing, online and in person. On top of it, what we call lead conversion, meaning how you work your lead to convert them into an appointment, and then taking those lead conversion and turning them into sales. So we cover everything you need to do that is the panoply of real estate. And guess what? Some of you are going, how is blogging connected to prospecting? They're connected. All of these topics are connected to all of these ideas, and you will see that as we go through the course. Now, before I give you a chance for your questions and interact with you, let me show you the flyer of the course. Now, this is the PDF that comes with the course. If you go to that URL I gave you earlier, here's what you'll find. You'll find this PDF. This PDF has a banner on top. It has the description of the course right here. It has the topics I will be covering, and it has the dates. Notice there are 4 Fridays in a row. Then we skip a Friday, and then there's 4 more. All of these sessions are live, and then you are required to read all of these requirements. These are the requirements you have to agree to. And if you agree to them, then you register. Remember, when you register, you do not pay for the course. When you register, you're asking to be considered for the course. Then I will call you. We'll talk about your business. I will give you your first assignment. You'll work on it. You'll send it back to me within 2-3 days. I'll give you your second assignment. You'll work on it for 2-3 days and you send it back. You and I will discuss it as well. And then we'll send you your third assignment. You'll work on it and you send it back to me. And then, based on, not necessarily based on the work you did, based on your commitment and how you step up, then I invite you to be in the course. If you want, of course, to be in the course. Um, what else should you know? As you can tell, I'm passionate about this program. It is something I love doing. I don't do it all the time. I usually do it with a broker. So if the next program is broker driven, you may not have access to it. So a lot of people always ask me, when is the next one? I truly don't know, because in the next few months, some people will ask me, hey, can you do an exclusive for my brokerage? And if I do, that means I may not do another one for another, a year or two, depending on my contracts. This one is an open registration for anyone who wants to succeed in real estate.